Hey, be positive. Hello. Let me just turn this around. Hey, Edith, my dear, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Ineka, how are you? Sheham, how are you? How is the married life, Ineka? Hey, my dear, hello. Good evening, hello. Hey, Edith, welcome. Thank you for inviting your followers. Can you please just invite your followers and tweet this out for me? Thank you. Thank you. Very well. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please share it. Share it. If you haven't followed me, try and follow me. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to share this myself too. I'm going to share the broadcast. Hey, Yachu, welcome. 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 Seham, welcome. Rahel, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah. Let's see. All right. So thank you all so much for joining me. For those who are new to my scope, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People call me your life strategist and America's Global Vision Midwife. Thank you for inviting because I really help you to deliver in your vision. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Well, I call it tonight here because it is almost 10 p.m. in Saudi Arabia. So I'm thinking, okay, 10, So you guys are probably like 10, 11, 12, 1, around 1 p.m. in America Central Time, and it's 10 o'clock here, so it's quite late. And of course, I've already had my little nap, so I'm up now, and then when I'm done, I go back to bed because we wake up very early and go back to work again. So thank you all so much for joining me. Well, it is my 21st. Oh, it's nearly 8 o'clock. Awesome, awesome. I tell you, are you in Real? No, I'm not. I'm not in Real. I'm not in Koba. I am in Al-Hassa. So that's where I am. So thank you all so much for really joining me. It's my 21st year anniversary of being an established public published author. Hey, Bob, welcome. Yes, well, yeah, right now it's warm a little bit there. It's warm. Thank you so much. Thank you. I tell you what though, I look at it and it amazes me that it's now about 21 years since I've started writing. Since I took my first pen and I wrote a published book, right? I've always written before then, but my published book was called Stepping Out, Fulfilling Your Destiny. Thank you, Tashi, welcome. Stepping Out, Fulfilling Your Destiny. And after I wrote that, that was about my life journey during my divorce, my life journey when I tried to commit suicide and God saved me, the life journey of the woman in the deep freezer, all my experiences during my divorce, all my experiences trying to survive with my babies. The very first book I wrote, Hey My Dear, Blind Abdullah, welcome. That was what it was about. It was about relieving myself of the pain. Oh, right. It was about relieving myself of the pain. And so it's just like what we do. Like, I took that book and I used it to heal myself. The book was a therapy for me. And so after that, I wrote other books. One of it was, what do you call it? One of it, I took that first book and I turned it around and I called it the story of an African princess, a warrior African princess. So there have been, since then I've written 20 books, and this one that I'm pre-ordering is the 21st. That's my anniversary. Why am I writing this? I thought about, okay, what am I going to do? What should I do with my anniversary? Instead of just saying, yay, it's my anniversary, I wanted it to be something that was connected with a cause that was passionate to me. And the cause that was connected to me is the Adasa project in Nigeria, in Africa, where children are sent to school on a yearly basis. Out of that program that I started about 12 years ago or so, we've had a lot of students that have gone as far as college level and has graduated, which is awesome, totally awesome to come back and see that this program is actually impacting lives. And so when you pre-order 7 days to release your amazing life, master, manifest, dominate, what you're doing is sowing into the life of somebody that would ordinarily not have had a chance at life, a chance at education, a chance at making money. You're sowing, you're making a difference. And so let me talk a little bit, right, about 7 days to release your amazing life. 7 days to release your amazing life mirrored my current masterclass. I have a masterclass right now that's called 7 days to release your amazing life. But I decided to do the book. Hey, Patty, how are you, my dear? I decided to do this book because it was something that, it was a push that I got from one publisher. It was one publisher, after he reached out to me, he said, I want you to pitch some of your courses to me. And I pitched them, and that person latched on today. She said they felt very good in their spirit that this was something that I could have turned into a book, so that perhaps those who are not ready for masterclass, they can still pick up the book and get something out of the book. So 7 days to release your amazing life is a guide for exploring your dreams, for mastering your vision and dominating your business, your brilliance. How many of you know that this has been my area of premise for the last year? Thank you for inviting. God has just had me sit in this area and begin to impact into the lives of people. Thank you for joining Rambo. Go, thank you. Begin to impact into the lives of people in this particular area. And like I always say, right? Like I always say, you are never going to manifest something that you have not mastered, and you are not going to dominate if you have even not manifested it. It's just like somebody, right, who is saying, how are you, my dear? Apostle Michelle, welcome. It's just like somebody in their head saying, I'm going to be a musician, I'm going to be a musician, I'm going to be a musician. After a while, even though you are conditioning your mind to believe that you're going to be the greatest musician of all, after a while, you have to now start to master it. And the way you master it is by taking action. Right? So I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be, you're telling yourself, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. So you're conditioning your mind, right? Blessings to you. You're conditioning your mind to believe that you are going to be a millionaire. So when you take a Bible, when you take a Bible scripture, when you take a word of God, when you take something, an inspirational quote, when you take a motivational quote and you begin to eat it up, anchored in Christ, welcome, and you begin to eat it up, you are conditioning your mind to believe that you are going to become a millionaire. I'm just teaching you something here tonight. I'm teaching you something here. Pop Small, welcome. You're conditioning your mind. So when you take the word of God and says, what does the word of God say about money? It says that I have it all. I'm capable of, if I ask it, if I believe it and I ask it, I receive it. That's what the word of God says. So I take that word and I condition my mind with it. What does the word of God say about healing? It says that by his stripe I am healed. So you take that word and you condition it. So what does the word of God say about who you are, about your business, about your career, about what role that you want to play in life, about your destiny? You take that word and you anchor your brain, regardless of what might be going on around you. You anchor yourself to that word. And as you anchor yourself, you are conditioning your mind towards what that word says. Thank you for the heart. You are conditioning your heart. You are conditioning every part about you. So as you condition yourself, now it's time to take action. Because here's the thing, you can't master something that you don't practice. Ladies and gentlemen, if you say you are a writer and you are not writing, there's no way you can master it. You're just going to be a half-baked writer. Right? You're going to be God's mercy, welcome. You're going to be a half-baked writer, if you say that you're a minister of God and you're not practicing in that area, you're going to be a half-baked minister of God. How many of you believe that? If you say that you want to be, good afternoon, if you say you want to be, right, the greatest musician of all, and you are not practicing, you're just going to be a crooked musician. You're never going to, Queen, welcome. You need to practice what you desire. Thank you for inviting. And as you hey, Florida, not Florida, welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much. It is late out here in Saudi Arabia, but I'm getting up to do this. I got to do this before I go back and sail. So mastering means taking action, right? Mastering, becoming the best selling author means you are taking action. Mastering in your area of business. Hey, Andrea, welcome. Mastering in your area of brilliance means you are taking action. And as you begin to take action, you begin to master it. You will make mistakes, right? You make mistakes, but the mistakes are not meant to trick you. The mistakes are not meant to disappoint you. The mistakes are not meant to get you to retrieve, but they are meant to help you so that you can look at the mistakes that you make and say, wow, this mistake, I made it because of. Thank you for inviting your followers. So I'm not going to do that again. This is the way I'm supposed to do it. Now, if you say to me, oh, God, I know God has called me to be the best, the best writer of all, you're not going to understand writing until you take your pen and begin to write. If you say that my God has called me to be the greatest entrepreneur, that I see myself being featured on the cover of Forbes, you will never get there until you master. Only the people that have dominated their area end up on Forbes magazine. Can I say that? Only people that have dominated their area of influence end up in the front cover of any magazine at all. It's just like my own magazine, right? I am a master storyteller. I just don't put anybody in my magazine, right? I put you because I believe if you are on my front cover, it's because I believe that you are dominating that area of influence. So if you, right, Queen, if you are in a place right now that you say to yourself, oh my God, I need to master my craft. You cannot dominate. Let me say something to you. When you start to dominate your area of influence, that brings wealth automatically. Domination brings wealth. Without you even doing anything, people will find you. And when they find you, they will want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. They will want to sow into it. They will want to do something. They will want to do something. Even if they don't have much, they want to be a part of it. This is where you know that you are beginning to dominate that area of influence. When people start calling you by a certain name, right? For example, like Andrea, and all of a sudden, people start calling you, oh my God, fear free, is because you are beginning to dominate that area. And so when they see you, when they see anything about you, they say, oh, that's the fear-free woman. Now you know that you're beginning to dominate that area. When people look at you and say, oh my God, vision midwife, that means you're beginning to dominate that area. AKB, welcome. Is that my brother or my sister? I don't even know which one. That means you're beginning to dominate. This is how you are able to measure who you are, where you are in the scheme of things. When you start to dominate, people will start to call you by the name of that which you dominate. Do you understand that? When you start to dominate it, they will start to call you by the name. They won't even call you your whole name again, right? People call me the Princess of Suburbia. It's because I've dominated, and I'm proud to say I've dominated that area. So before people call me by my name, they say Princess of Suburbia because I've dominated that area. Right? People call me Global Vision Midwife because I have dominated that area, right? And I'm still not even finished dominating because I think I'm probably just at the tip of domination, and that's the truth. That's the way I think. I think I'm just at the tip. I'm just like, I need to dig further. So domination brings wealth. Can I say that again? If you can put out on the chat box for me, domination brings wealth. Domination brings millions. Domination brings prestige. Domination brings influence. Your domination is your influence. That's your influence, right? And that is what we aspire to, right? When you start to dominate, you become influential. People start to call you an influencer. They start to call you, you don't call yourself an influencer, but they begin to call you an influencer because you are beginning to dominate. You are beginning to put your step. Thank you. Yeah, domination brings you a thank you. Thank you for TM that, you are beginning to put your mark on that thing, and every day, actually on a daily basis, I check myself. I really do check myself, because many people believe that there's a lot of things that I do right, but at the core of who I am, I'm actually a midwife. That is my core. Now, that midwifery might manifest in different ways, but the core remains that I'm a midwife. And so now I look back and I say, my goodness, no wonder I became a nurse. Now, before, I didn't know why I became a nurse. I did not know why I ended up in social services, right? I was a social worker for over 16 years. Then I didn't get satisfied. I felt, okay, social work for 16 years. Okay, circle, the child. We pull the child out of foster care. We drop that child back. We take that child back in. We drop that. And I said, I'm so tired of this. I need something. I want to be able to take care of people holistically. So I ended up, thank you for putting that there, I ended up in nursing. So it is not by accident. And so when people started to call me vision midwife, I was like, oh, vision midwife. Then I said, oh, dang, no wonder, right? Several years ago when I did like a vision board, I put myself there that I was going to open a lot of midwife clinics. I don't know why I said that, right? So in my spirit, I heard about the midwife, and I thought it was like a physical midwife clinics. So I wrote on the vision board, I'm going to open, clinics all over the world for midwifery where they can birth. So even though I don't have that, what I'm doing is actually in the spirit realm, I'm helping people to birth their destiny. Right? I'm helping. So it's not by accident. Don't you look at what you're doing now and say you want to run away from it, because everything that you're doing helps you to eventually master where you're supposed to be. Thank you for the hearts. It helps you to eventually master it. Every headache, every heartache, every disappointment that you feel at your current place of work, it only helps you to master your brilliance. It helps you to master who God has called you. So whatever it is, whatever it is that you're doing, always have a checking system. Have a checking system in place to always remind you, are you still on the path of what you're supposed to be? Right? Are you still trying to master your craft? What is that craft that you're mastering? Many of us right now, if I ask you what is that craft, you don't even know the craft you're mastering. Hey, indeed, welcome back. You do not know the craft you're mastering. So if you don't know the craft you're mastering, how do you master it then? How do you master what you don't even know? Right? So it's important for you to first define what is this thing that you're trying to master. Skender, welcome. What is it that you're trying to master? Again, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People know me as your life strategist and America's Global Vision Midwife. And when I'm on this platform, what I help you to do, as Andrea put it, I help you to gain clarity in your vision. Clarity in your vision. That's what I help you to do. So thank you so much for joining me. I really, really do appreciate you. Today is my 21st. Did I say 21st? 21st, right? Today is my 21st anniversary of being a published author. And so my 21st book, 7 Days to Release Your Amazing Life, just launched live. It launched live A big thank you to those who are pre-ordering right now. Edith, thank you so much. I think I saw somebody just coming now. True, let me see now. True, let me see. Yeah. Oh my God. So, oh my God. So there's somebody right now that is deciding if to order, get this, if to order the 250 package or the 500 package. Yeah. So her name is True Smith. True Smith, you are a gem. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mehmet. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So she's still in the middle of deciding if it's the 250 or the 500 one. Oh, wow. I am shouting you out right now on Periscope. Thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate you. Yes. Can you all say thank you? Thank you so much to True Smith. Thank you so much. I'm going to shout her out on Facebook too, on Twitter. I'm going to shout her out. Please, here's the thing. Majority of the problem that we face today is many of us don't understand how to live our amazing life. Right? We look at our lives right now and we don't even understand, can we even have an amazing life? What is amazing life? What does it mean? What amazing means to you is different from what it means to me, right? And we have to understand that. Many of us look at other people's amazing life and we're saying, dang, I should have that kind of life. But the truth is, Mustafa, welcome. You first have to define what amazing life means to you. And when you define your parameters of what amazing life means to you, you don't look at other people and start saying, oh my God, look at how they're living. I need to be living a life like that. So you've got to first define it. And the problem that we have is many of us, we've been through so much in our lives that everything that we wanted to be is buried. Is now buried in pain, is buried in disappointment, is buried in guilt. Is just buried. Hello. He's buried deep down there that we can't even define what it is. So number one, define what your amazing life looks like. What does it look like? Dream it up. Dream your amazing life up and say, hey, this is what it means. When I am this, then I know that I'm living my amazing life. When I am this, right? When I am this, then I know that I am living an amazing life. So define what your amazing life look like so that you're not looking at the left, looking at the right, looking at other people's amazing life and thinking that is the way your own amazing life should look like. What does your own amazing life look like? Period. Your own, not your father's own, not your mother's own, not your sister, not your husband, not your wife's own, not your boyfriend's own, but what does your amazing life look like? And so once you do that, the way that you do that, under that, is mean that you are discovering your amazing life. You are rediscovering it or discovering it. Some of us need to just discover it because we haven't discovered it yet. Others have discovered it, but it's buried under filth. And so you have to dig further in and rediscover it, right? It's tailor-made to you and your purpose. Good point. Right? Right? What was that? Andrea? That's right. Right? Fear-Free Living, LLC. That's right. Your amazing life is tailor-made to you and you alone. Not your mother, not your daddy, not your grandfather. No. It's tailor-made to you. Yours might just be waking up in the morning and thanking God. So be it. Which means, well, that's your amazing life. Your amazing life might be getting married, having 2 babies in a picket fence. That's your amazing life. You've got to define what it is. It's not dependent on nobody's opinion of who you are. Can I say that again? Your amazing life is not dependent on the opinion of anybody. I don't care what people tell you. Your yours is not dependent on anybody. People might come and say, well, you say you are a child of God and you're living like this. Well, tough, right? It's not dependent on what, it's not about them. Your amazing life is about you. It's not about anybody else. It's not about them. It's not about their opinion of you. Thank you for inviting your followers. It's not about what they think or not think about you. It's about you, period. And so once you discover that, and you are beginning to rediscover that, then what you want to do now is set fire to it. Once you've discovered and you've defined your amazing life, right? You do that with your stinking thinking, getting rid of your stinking thinking, reconditioning your mind towards what it is that your amazing life look like. Then you ignite, take a candle, poof, and you set fire to it. Because here's the thing, if you don't set fire to it, nothing's going to happen. If you do not set fire to it quickly, then that's right, bam, bam, pow, then things, right, the cares of this world, the worries of this world will come and squeeze it. And as it squeezes it, then you start getting confused again, all over again, because now it's up in here, right? And the enemy is ruminating around your brain, right? Because you keep everything in here. So the enemy is going and bam, 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 bam. But once you have discovered and rediscovered it, then what happens now is you ignite it, you set fire to it, bam. You set fire to it. How do you set fire to what you have just found out? You set fire through the word of God. You set fire with inspiration. You set fire to it by looking at where you were before and where you are and where you want to be. You set fire to it with gratitude, in spite of gratitude. You set fire to it through thanksgiving, like saying, Father, I'm not where I want to be, but I thank you for where I am today. Father, I'm grateful that I'm alive, because I know that because I'm alive, then I have a purpose. I know that my purpose will be fulfilled. You set fire to it through the words of your mouth. You set fire to it by speaking the truth about what God says about you. Not what anybody says, but what God says about you. Don't allow anybody to spew their maggots on you. Don't allow anybody to tell you that, this is who you are. We know. No. Don't allow anybody to mess up what God is doing. So you have to set fire to what you just rediscover about yourself and about your amazing life. You get to set fire, nobody else. You get to set fire. People can give you the matches, but you still have to take that match and set it, right? Then here's the thing, many of us want other people to set the fire for us. We're praying, we're on our knees, and we want Jehovah God to come down from heaven to set the fire. And he's saying, sister, dude, you're on earth. I gave you the power. He says, all power belongs to me because it came from above. He gave you, when Jehovah left, he gave you power, and whatever you bind on earth, you bound in heaven. If you lose it on earth, you lose it in heaven. He gave you the power. So the power is your ignition. The power is your ignition. The power and the authority is your ignition. And so once you ignite it, guess what? Now you're ready to launch it. Now you're ready to launch. Let me just make sure I do this right here before this thing packs up. Right? Once you do that, let's see now. Now you're ready to launch. Right? Now, here's the thing. You cannot launch what you have not ignited. Oh my God. I hope you're seeing the process here. I hope you're seeing the process, right? It starts with your mindset, right? You condition your mindset. And as you condition your mindset, you begin to rediscover. And as you rediscover, you say, I discover what it looks like, what my amazing life looks like, right? But then you say, oh, now that I've rediscovered it, then I set fire to it. And once you set fire to it, it's like, oh, now you set fire to it. What do I do now? Oh, I got to launch it, right? You set fire to it. It's just like you are in the car, right? You take an ignition, right? The ignition key, that's your igniter. You ignite the car with the ignition key. You ramp it up and that's the action. That's the action. The car starts to move, that's the launch, right? When the car starts to move, always up, welcome. That's the action. So once you ignite it, then the action automatically takes place. So you begin to launch whatever it is, whatever that amazing life looks like, you begin to launch it. Now, how many of you know that some of us just love to launch things that we cannot sustain? I've been guilty of it too myself. That we just love to launch things and we can sustain that thing that we launch. Okay, so word ministry, welcome. So once you launch it, then you want to learn, how do I sustain that which I have launched? How do I, blessings to you, how do I sustain that which I have launched? So the book, 7 Days to Release Your Amazing Life, helps you. It walks you through all of these steps, right? Don't give too much. Okay. I'm guilty of that, right? I'm so guilty of that. So thank you all so much for joining me. My name is Dr. Fumi Hancock. Today is I celebrate my 21st year of being a published author. Thank you, God Almighty, right? So I'm celebrating it by launching my 21st book, 7 Days to Release Your Amazing Life, How to Master, Manifest, and Dominate Your Area of Brilliance. So thank you so much. This is what we're doing today, and I'm using it and dedicating it to my children in Africa. For the last 12 years, I have children that I've been taking care of. Many of them have graduated from college, and I replaced them. Oh, you have books and I need to launch. Oh, praise God. Well, get in touch with me. Get in touch with me. Patty Papa, welcome back, right? So I dedicate this book to the children, and my hope is that once I'm able to reach, my hope is I can hear you but the screen is freezed. Oh, go out and come back, Edith. Go out and come back. Go out and come back. And once the goal is to get to 500 pre-orders. That's my goal. Get to 500 pre-orders. I know with God all things are possible, but I'm going to need your help too. Which means that you're not only going to get one copy, you're going to get one copy for somebody else. You're going to get another copy for your church. You're going to get a copy for that child in your compound that's still trying to figure out what they're going to do. You're going to get copies. Get more copies for other people. Even get a copy that you keep in your home and pray, who can I bless with that copy? Right? So my goal is to reach 500. I need your help to reach it. I have a lot of people that follow me, so there's no reason why I should not reach it. But you know what? People got to do what they got to do. So I need your help. Look in there and you will see the different bonuses that I have. Pick one. One lady now says, let's see, I appreciate you. I once heard a story called Many Hands. I cannot reach everyone, but if I can reach a few, who can reach more than it's worth it? God is a provider, and his request for us to love each other is reasonable. For all that he does for us, my obedience is a small sacrifice. You are adored. Oh my God. Thank you for empowering others. Women are sacred, for they can heal the hearts of the people. This is True Smith. Did you hear what she wrote? This is True Smith. This is the young lady that is still deciding if it's the 250 or the 500 package, the dollars package that is going to buy. She's going to buy. So thank you, Drew. Thank you, True. Okay, so I had an experience yesterday with one person who said, she's never heard me before. She's never heard me before. So she was on my on my Facebook, and she heard when I was talking, and she came behind the scenes and was a little bit skeptical about some things. And then so I just spoke to her and left her alone. And then apparently she went to Google me and she found out a lot about me, and she came back and she said, I'm so sorry, I stand corrected. You know, what is the link? Go to bit.ly, B-I-T. Can you put the link there for me? bit.ly/your amazing life campaign. Your amazing life campaign. bit.ly, thank you, /your amazing life campaign. Your amazing life campaign. Or you can go on my Facebook, because I'm going to leave it on my Facebook, and look for me on my Facebook, Fumi Hancock, Dr. Fumi, Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. Well, True Smith, you are a gem. You are truly a gem. Thank you so much. You have made my day in Saudi Arabia. Thank you. Now, here's the thing. This is when you really know those that you have truly impacted. Not everybody will be able to buy it, but here's the thing. You might not be able to buy it, but you can influence somebody else to say, you know what, this book is going to be a blessing to you. Those who have taken the masterclass will tell you that even the masterclass is like, wow, it's powerhouse for those who have actually attended it. So even if you are not able to attend the masterclass, get the book. Right? If you're a part of the church, get 2 or 3 copies and take it to the pastor and say, you know what, I want to bless this church with it, and let them give it. Pray and give it to somebody who really needs it. Right? If there's a high school around you, if there's a college around you, get few copies and say, you know what, I want to donate this. Because here's the thing, you have many people in college right now. They are in, hey Queen Remy, welcome. They are in their 5th year or 4th year, and they still don't know what they want to do when they grow up. You know what I'm talking about? The 3rd year, they're still saying, "Oh, Jessica, welcome. I don't know what I don't know what I want to. I don't know what my major is." And then their 4th year in college, they're still trying to figure out what their major is, right? You know what I'm talking about? That is the truth. They're 4th year and they still don't have a major. So when you give something like this, right? Blessings to you, Jessica. When you give a book like this, it blesses them because it helps them to see, right? It helps them to say, my goodness, I can live an amazing life in spite of. I can learn how to do it, right? I can grow out of my experiences. I can launch things out of my experiences. I can turn my experiences, David, welcome, into a profit. Right? I can turn my experiences into a profit, and I can sustain that experiences. And once I'm done, I can pay forward. You look at people like Warren Buffett, right? You look at people like the Microsoft guy. You look at all these people, those who created Facebook, those who are doing major things in life. Every single one of them are paying things forward. They're paying it forward. They're not just keeping all the money to themselves, but they're paying it forward, right? So life is a process. Living an amazing life is a process. Everything you do in life is a process. Many of us say to ourselves, oh, I want to become a millionaire before I bless other people. Well, here's the deal. You might never become that millionaire. If you have that kind of attitude towards money, you will never become that millionaire, because God don't need you to become a millionaire. Somebody like you don't need to become a millionaire. Welcome for joining back again, Queen. So, process. 7 days to release your amazing life teaches you the process of living an amazing life. How do you live an amazing life? Even in the face of adversity. Did you know that in the face of sickness, in the face of adversity, you can still choose to live an amazing life, right? You can still choose to live an amazing life. That's why it's important that you define what amazing means to you, right, Jessica? Define what it is. What is it? What does it mean? Hey, Pastor Tommy, welcome, welcome, welcome. What does it mean to live? Thank you for inviting your followers. What does it mean to live an amazing life? You've got to understand that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. You've got to understand that What does it mean to live an amazing life? Your amazing life must be defined. Let me just backtrack again. Hello. Right? Your amazing life starts from your mindset. Rachel, welcome. Your mindset defines your amazing life. Once you define it, then which means you've rediscovered it. Priscilla, welcome. Hello, my dear Rachel. And you discover it. Then you take it and you ignite it. You set fire to it through the word of God, through experiences, through inspiration. You set fire to that discovery. And once you set fire to it, it means you are igniting it, right? You're igniting it. Once you ignite it, then you take what you ignite and you launch it, right? You ignite it and you launch it. And once you launch it, then you say, wow, now that I've launched this thing, then you now learn to sustain what you've launched. You are never going to launch anything unless you ignite it, right? And ignition is your mastery, If you are a pastor and you don't crack your Bible open, you'll never be a great pastor, would you? Right? Hello, my dear. You never, right? You never. If you are a Muslim and if you're a Muslim and you don't read your Quran, what kind of Muslim are you? You're never going to become a great one. So you need to master whatever it is that you've discovered about yourself. Then you have to master it. And you master by taking action, right? So whatever it is, you've got to learn to master. And as you master it, right, you begin to manifest in that area. Oh no, empathy, right? You begin to master in that area. And as you begin to master it, right, you are manifesting it. Have you ever seen people that they walk into a room and all of a sudden there's light? They walk into the room, that room might be very dark, but when they walk in it, all of a sudden there's a light around them. It's because they've learned to master that which God has given them. And so they become a light in that area of influence. Right? They become light in that area. There might be darkness in that area, but because they've learned to master it, they just become light. They don't even have to work hard for it. They just automatically light. Everywhere they go is just light. And people don't understand it. But it's because they have embodied what they've mastered. And as you master it, right, you just become a light in that area. If you're a pastor and you've mastered it, you become a light in that area. People get drawn. They're drawn to you. They're drawn. Thank you for joining again. People are drawn to you because of the light that is radiating out of you. And that light will not shine unless you are taking time to master it. Right? You're taking your time to go behind the scenes and say, let me know, let me understand this. I'm a pastor, but I need to understand, what does it mean to pastor? What does it mean to be a minister of God? What does it mean, right? What do I have to do? What does the word say? If I'm a business owner, what does it mean to become a business owner? Where is the chambers of commerce around here that I can be a part of? If I'm a writer, my goodness, have I even picked, right? Where are you, Al-Hassan? Have I picked a pen to write a thing? When was the last time I wrote? Right? I'm a writer, but when was the last time I took a pen and I wrote something? I'm talking to myself right there, right? I wrote something. When was the last time? So whatever it is that you're calling yourself, whatever it is that you're defining yourself, when was the last time that you actually did something about that? And as you begin to manifest it, right, your manifestation brings domination. Did you hear what I said? Your manifestation brings domination, right? Jesus dominated his area of influence, right? Thank you. Jesus dominated it, right? Everywhere he went, people said, do you know that man that can heal? Do you know that man that can raise the dead? Do you know that man? He dominated it. And he didn't have to work for it. He just dominated it because he spent time mastering it. He spent time with his father. And because of that, every time he got up, he dominated. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, instead of running around trying to, go here, go here, go here, all over the place, spend time to sit down. Your manifestation brings domination. Thank you. Oh, Andrea, can you send that to me behind the scenes? Send that to me. All right, send that to me behind the scenes because I need to add it to what I do. Right? So as you master it, as you manifest it, you are dominating it. And Jesus is a perfect example. A perfect example. He didn't have to do a thing, but he dominated. Everywhere he went, they were talking about him. Oh my God, do you know this man of God? Do you know this? Do you know what he did? Do you know he healed the sick? Do you know what he did? Do you know he turned water into wine? Do you know this? Do you know that? It's because he spent time. And many of us want a microwave life. And if you're going to dominate, you cannot live a microwave life. You cannot live a half-hearted life. You cannot be a half-baked anything. If you want to dominate it, you're going to have to take that time to learn that process. You've got to have to do it, right? You've got to have to do it. You cannot dominate by just sitting around and watching other people. You're going to dominate by taking your time and sitting down and say, okay, now that I've redefined what I see as my amazing life, then these are the things that I have to do. That's right, microwave life. You can't do that with domination. And that's why when you start to dominate, you know what happens? You start to attract other dominators. Ooh, crack the code right there. When you start to dominate, then your domination starts to attract other people that are dominating to you. This is why it becomes like a clique. When you start seeing people that are dominating, they flock to each other and they're protective of that circle. They're not cultish, but they're protective of that circle, right? I mean, frankly, let's be honest. To get into the circle of TD Jakes, it's going to take a lot of domination on your side. I mean, let's be honest, right? To get into the circle of Joe Hostin, it's going to take a lot of domination on your end. And I mean, let's be honest. To get into the circle of Oprah, it's going to take quite some domination with it, right? I mean, let's be honest. And so because of that, once those who are dominating that area find themselves, they cling to each other, and it's tough for anybody to break into it because they just don't want it messed up. So while you are busy running down all them celebrities, trying to run them down, trying to figure out what they're doing, trying to reach out to them, why not spend time dominating your own area of influence? I just cracked the code for somebody right there. Instead of that you're doing running around, right? Hopping from one scope to the other. Hey Ted, welcome, right? Hopping from one woman to the other, hopping from one man to, just hopping all over town, trying to figure something out. What you need to do is settle yourself down and begin to learn how to master, manifest, and dominate your area. Because I promise you, if you learn to dominate your area, things will come to you. Let me give you an example. The radio show that I did in London, I didn't go for it. I didn't even know, I didn't ask about it. I didn't know nothing about the radio show. Nothing. And they just reached out to me from London and said, can you come on the radio show? Hey Keith, welcome. Can you come on the radio show? Right? I see you. Don't be too popular like that. Right? That's right. Hopping spirit. Well, I know a word for that. I just won't say it here. Right? I won't say it here. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you. Right? And so the interview that I had on radio show, I didn't even know anything. I didn't even know that the radio show existed in London. And that's the truth. I did not know that. But they found me. You hear me? They found me. Somebody, get this, somebody that knows somebody in the radio show found me. and reached out to me on WhatsApp and said, hey, Princess, can you be on this radio show for us? And at first I was like, because yes, I've gotten to a point in my life that I don't rush over things anymore. Because you're a radio show, don't mean that I want to be on your radio show. Because you are a TV show, don't mean that I have to be on your TV show. So I've gotten beyond that because I've done radio show myself, I've done TV show, I've done movies. So I'm not into who, I don't go like that. So when they came to me, I had to say, well, okay, let me think about this. Let me pray over it. Let me make sure that even aligns with what I'm trying to do here. And so I got on that radio show, not even asking, not even knowing. But get this, I have been praying. I said, God, help me. How am I going to stake my claim in London? How am I going to stake my claim in London? So I prayed about that and I let it go. And the radio show came up. And once I did the radio show, do you know, even today, I got a list of all the reviews that they got. People have been going and really, commenting and thanking the host for bringing me on that show. And so after I did that, the response was so high, they did it all over again this last Sunday. This last Sunday, they did it all over again. Now, there was one that I got. There was a TV that I got on about a few years back. It's called, I think is it TBN? TBN. I think it's TBN or CTN. I don't know. TBN or something like that. TBN? Yeah, something like that. I got, thank you, Andrea. I got on that TV show. Do you know they showed that TV interview two years in Africa, the whole of Africa. They were showing it all over for 2 years. TBN, thank you. Everywhere I went, they were showing this interview. I was like, damn, that interview, they kept showing it because people, and they told me, they said, my interview was the longest that I ran forever. 2 years. Everywhere I went in Africa, they said, oh, that's the lady. And I kept saying, but wait a minute now. Everywhere in Africa, oh, that's the lady. 2 years they showed it. I won't be surprised if they're still showing it now. For 2 years they show it. Right? So this is what can happen when you spend your time dominating instead of spending your time trying to run after people. Because people will disappoint you, frankly. People will disappoint you. You signed up. Oh, Word of Ministry signed up. Thank you for signing up. I appreciate that. Thank you. Can somebody throw the link out for me, please? Thank you so much. 7 days to release your amazing life. Thank you. Word of Ministry. Can you share your name, please? Can you share your name? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it. Thank you so much. I want to see those numbers rack up. I want to see those numbers. Wait a minute. What happened to my numbers? I want to say thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, where did you sign up? Let me know where you signed up because I'm trying to figure out where did you sign up. Oh, I see it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Word Ministry. Thank you so much for signing up. I appreciate that. If you do not know what we're talking about, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People know me as your life strategist and America's Global Vision Midwife because that's what I do. I help you to get clarity in your vision. I'm a nurse practitioner, a mental health nurse practitioner by profession. I'm also an author. This is my 21st year of being a published author, so I'm celebrating it by using this as a platform to be able to raise funds for my babies in Africa. Join me in raising funds. I tell you what, looking forward to it. Yes, you're going to be blessed by it. You're going to be blessed. Yeah, gain clarity in vision. How many of us know that, if you cannot gain clarity in your vision, thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor, for putting it out there. If you can't get clarity in your vision, you're done. You're done. So it's important for us to gain clarity, and 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 7 days to release your amazing life is a guide. It's a guide that helps you to explore your dreams. It helps you to master your vision, and it helps you to dominate your brilliance. Those are the words that God gave me this year. Actually, He gave me since last year. No, I don't speak Arabic, I'm sorry. He gave me those words last year. And since last year, I've not been able to shake those words out. And this is the message that God is telling us now, that we are in an era now that we have to learn to master. We have to learn to manifest. We have to learn to dominate. And that's the thing. Chosen Morgan, welcome. Many of us don't know these three things. We're running around trying to be everything, right? We're running around trying to do everything. We're running around looking for solutions everywhere. Some of us are even in the wrong platform, and we're looking for solutions in the wrong platform. Some of us don't even need to be building platform right now, but we're just in the mastery. Yeah. Education. Right? We're in the mastery. Now, you have to figure out where you are in the scheme of things. Are you in the mastery level? Blessings to you. Are you in the manifesting level? Queen, welcome. Are you in the dominating level? Now, here's the problem. Many of us do not understand. Right? Right? Snapchat? Did somebody say Snapchat? Many of us do not understand where we are. So you need to understand your level. Some of us are still in mastery, but yet we're forcing ourselves, and we're getting frustrated because we're saying, but why aren't we manifesting? Yeah, why aren't we manifesting? Some of us are in the manifesting area, but we still want to be, we're digging into the mastery, and we're in the manifesting. And God is saying, you've mastered that craft enough, now manifest it. But some of us were so afraid because of fear. We don't want to go to that stage of manifesting. We're holding on to the mastery. Oh, I still have to learn this. I have to learn this. And God is saying, just fly. Can you just fly? Can you go ahead, leave it alone and fly? And some of us, we're getting close to the beginning of domination. So you need to understand where you are in the scheme of things. Understand that. Where are you? And plug into that area. Plug into where you are and be the best at it. So for me this year, it's about writing. Right now, if I choose to write for the next 10 years, I have enough things to write on. Welcome back, Pastor. I have enough things to write on if I choose to write, right? Jessica sent prayer, yes, right? I have enough things to write on. So what are you mastering right now? What is your area of brilliance right now? What are you mastering? This is what the book is about. It's going to give you the process, how to start from mastery, word of ministry, welcome, mastery to domination. And how many people want to dominate? I know I want to dominate. I'm due to dominate in some areas of my life. But you're not going to be able to dominate until you master. Until you master what you're trying to dominate. And the manifestation is not what you do. It just comes. The manifestation just comes out of your mastery. Right? So for me, this year, I said to myself, I said, look, I need to check myself and make sure that I'm still on the right path. I said, I've got to check, and you all need to do that too. I need to check myself. So I began to check myself. So I went back to all of the awards that I've won, right? All of the awards that people have, organizations reached out to me and gave to me. And as I was just checking all the awards, there was something that was constant about the award. Every single award was connected to literary arts. I want you to hear this. Every single award. Oh, the women in films, literary arts. African Oscar recipient, literary arts. African Oscar screenplay, literary arts. Everything was just connected to literary arts. right? Essence Women, Essence Women Literary Art recipient. Everything was connected, and I said, oh, okay, maybe that's where I need to just stay. That's my sweet spot right there. That's my sweet spot. I'm a vision midwife, but when I do my literary arts, when I do my writing, I need to write concerning vision midwife, how to help other people to birth it. You understand? So do a chart on yourself. Yeah, literary arts. Do a chart. When you're done tonight, sit down, do a chart on yourself. Go back. You might not have won awards, but go back and look at moments of your life. There were pivotal moments of your life. What were you doing at that time? And chart it. Just chart it. At this time, this was what I was doing. Chart it. This time, you'll be amazed what you're going to see. You'll be amazed the pattern that you're going to see. Chosen, welcome, and thank you for inviting your followers. You'll be so amazed. Thank you for the hearts. So go home. God called you to welcome. Go and chat. Chart the important events of your life and then see the connection of those important events. I dare to tell you that something, blessings, there will be something between that will say, wow. Right? I noticed my spiritual writing followed a certain thing. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. Right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. You need to, Rachel and Jesus, welcome. You need to go and chart it. If you have not done it before, do it. I want you to take your time, try it, and come back and tell me on Facebook what you experienced, because you will see. I'm telling you, I saw that literary art. I was like, dang, Abby, it was so obvious. Everything, all the awards, every award is like literary art. I'm like, wow. Then that's where I need to stay, to just continue to write books that will bless people, continue to write books that will change people's lives. So go home and try that on yourself. You will, that's right. You will. Andrea, try it and let me know. Patricia, I want you to try it. Yes. Would that also work with those things that we did? Yes, it will. Right? But here's the thing. You are not thinking about the things that you deeply care about. You're just simply saying, what are the important events that have happened in my life? Right? Please do it. Yes, Edith, do it. You're simply saying, you're not trying to look at any deep meaning. You're just saying, what are the important moments that have occurred in my life? And then you chart it. You get yourself a big paper and you chart it, because that's what I did. I said to myself, I said, look, I do a lot of things. I need to understand and make sure that I'm still in line with what God has called me to do, that I've not veered off, right? I wanted to make sure that my TV show, right, my radio show, the magazine, and all the things that I did, I wanted to make sure that they still followed that pattern. And boy, when I did that charting, it was like literary art. I said, oh my Lord. It's like literary art. Oh, recipient of something literary art. Then another award that I got in London, something literary art. And I said, oh my goodness. Wow. So that really gave me clarity. You hear me? It gave me clarity. So at that level, I was rediscovering my brilliance. It gave me clarity, and it gave me a purpose, and it gave me a peace of mind that you look at, just continue to write great books. It gave me that peace of mind that you just need to continue to write great blogs, and you need to continue to impact your other people's lives. There was a letter that was sent to me by African Oscars in Hollywood, and one of the things that they wrote there was, we have watched you for 3 years, and we see how your books have impacted people all over the world. Now, mind you, I didn't know anybody was watching me, but they say they have been watching me for 3 years. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? They had been watching me for 3 years, and I didn't even know they were watching me. And so with them, I was the very first woman in any part of the world to be given Literary Arts African Oscar, the very first woman. Yes, thank you, Rachel. I was the very first, what am I saying? The very first person to be given award, that kind of award, literary arts. So go and chat it. I want you to chat it, and you'll be amazed. So let me show you a little video here. Let me show you a little video here because it's getting.
Hello everybody, thank you so much. My name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People know me across the social media as the global vision midwife and a life strategist. Now, why am I here today? I need your help. I seriously need your help. Many who know me across the social media know that I'm an author. Not only just an author, but somebody who really did care about others. Why am I writing this book? I'm writing this book 7 days to release your amazing life because of the problems that even I myself encountered trying to be an author. So if you're an author, if you're a coach, if you're a speaker, if you're a business consultant, this book will bless you. This book will literally change your life. But I need you to be able to make this happen for me. Here is the thought. When you are out there doing things and you're not really sure how you're putting the pulse and you're making an impact, if you're out there frustrated, if you're out there confused about your passion, if you're out there trying to figure out what your passion is, if you're out there even figuring out what your passion is, but trying to make it happen, 7 days to release your amazing life will help you. Now, what do you get for helping me out? I need you to help me with the pre-orders. I need you to help me to figure out what or who will publish this next book of mine. And how am I going to respond to you? I'm going to respond with loads and loads of love, loads and loads of gifts, and loads, even you having a sneak peek into what the amazing life is. Watch this. Bye, everybody. The 7 days is just our introduction, something that is going to literally change your life.
Welcome, Dumas.
You did not find your calling. You did not find your passion. But your calling found you, ignites me. At some point, you took something that you discovered and you set fire to it. What are the steps? What are the tools that you need to turn your passion into profit?
Thank you so much.
To develop in any services, you have to put that. You have to think about paying it forward.
Isn't that cool? That's cool. So when you go here, right? This is where you go. Let me just look at that. This is where you go, right? This is where you go. You can write that down, screenshot it, do whatever you do. This is where you go. And then we have the pre-orders here, right, with different things lined up for you all. So we have the $20 princess package. I mean, there's a lot of packages here. So my hope is that you will actually think about doing more than one and just keep one more for somebody else and bless somebody else with it. So there's different things there. Now look at this chart here. I love this. I love this paradigm shift, right? This comes out of the book, the paradigm shift, where your brilliance is your millions. But for you to get there, we have your passion, right? Just stop in working. Oh, thank you, Letitia. We have your passion, and passion turns into your vision and your mission. And with your vision and your mission, right, you take action, and your action is what brings mastery, right? And once you master it, then automatically there's an ignition and you begin to manifest what you master. And as you manifested, you dominated. And the way that, one of the ways that people know that you dominated is in money. And that's why your brilliance is your million. So this paradigm shift picture or image is from the book. It's from the book. And it really helps you to understand. It really does help what it takes to live an amazing life. That paradigm shift is really good. It helps you. So that comes out of the book too. And of course, if you go to that website and you scroll, you see a backdrop story behind the creation of the book. You'll actually see a chapter of the book, the 2 minutes that changed my life in Hollywood, things like that you get to see there. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It is 11 p.m. here. Thank you for putting it there. Andrea, can you put, thank you, Aisha, thank you, I appreciate it. Can you put the short one, bit.ly/Your Amazing Life campaign, because people will understand and remember that. bit.ly/Your Amazing Life campaign. I think that's more important. That is so much important. I often show, for those who are new here, I often show the video of, let me show you that. Hold on. The video of a time that actually showed, that changed my life in Hollywood. I'm showing it today because of those who are new to my scope.
Africa and America. Tonight, the princess is honored for the story she's crafted instead of the story she is in.
The Literary Award, Arts Award, is presented to Dr. Princess Fumi S. Hancock.
Yes, Andrea, I would never forget it. Changed my life. Changed my life.
I give honor to the one who makes me wake up every day, the author and the finisher of my faith, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end. I also Sharon, the lily of the valley, my bright and
Yes.
his name is Master Jesus. Thank you all so much for this wonderful work. Thank you, Dr. Victor Latoy, the organization of NAFTA. I love you. Thank you for all the people that God has brought my way. One person said to me one day, he said, I can solve your life in three phrases. I said, what? He said, you, Princess Fumi, you were manufactured in Nigeria. You were assembled in the United States. And now you are dispatched to the world. One event can change your life.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that something? I mean, that event changed my life for, it changed my life forever, to really be in Hollywood sitting there and say, my goodness, this is my God, to really say, wow, am I really here? And that phrase, somebody actually did give me that phrase. It was a prophet. It was a prophet that prophesied that on my life several years ago and said, Princess Fumi, you were manufactured in Nigeria. You were assembled in the United States and get ready to be dispatched to the world. And so that just came automatically. I didn't even have to read it. I didn't have to. It just came automatically because I remember that was the promise of God for my life, right? Wish the audio was clearer. I know. So, well, thank you all so much. I'm going to go to bed now. It's 11 p.m. here. Thank you all so much. If you have not picked your copy up, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People know me as America's Global Vision Midwife and, of course, your life strategist, because that's what I do. I help you to gain clarity in your vision as a psych mental health nurse practitioner. This is what I do. I'm a deliverer of visions and dreams. Thank you, Andrea. So please take that link, send it to as many people, invite people in church. I want to see the numbers. When I wake up tomorrow, I want to see the numbers of those books gone up. Please, can you help me with that? That when I wake up tomorrow, help me to see the numbers go up, right? That's right. Get your copy today. I want to sleep, wake up, and see that the numbers have gone up, because here's the thing. I only have 30 days. Hello, Sule. I only have 30 days. 30 days. That's all I have. I have 30 days to hit 500. So I know it's possible, but I can't do it by myself. I can't buy it on my own. I can't do it, right? It has to be somebody, people like you, that say, you know what, we're going to make that sacrifice. Hi, and we're going to help her to make that dream come true. So if I have changed your life in any way, if I've touched your life in any way, then consider really being a blessing on this. And just don't buy one. I think it's already sold out. Oh no, it just started. It hasn't sold out yet. I just started today, where I would wish it has sold out, but I don't think it's sold out yet. Let me see. I don't think so. I don't think it's sold out yet. I don't think it's sold out yet. Yeah. So I need your help. I need your help. I need to see these numbers go up. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. And I'm gonna go. Right. What did you say, Dogan? Do you want what? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? If you want what? Any questions? Thank you. You too, Edith. You too. You too. You're here. Okay, cool. All right. God bless you. I am off to bed. I gotta work tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Kids. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.